You sit there, trapped in your head, overthinking every single move like a scared little sheep. You analyze, you hesitate, you create problems that don't even exist yet. And in the time you spend overthinking, another man, less intelligent than you, less talented than you, is out there taking action and winning. He's not smarter than you. He's not better than you, but he's decisive. He moves fast, and because of that, he's crushing you without even knowing your name. Let me tell you something the world doesn't want you to know. Overthinking is cowardice dressed up as intelligence. You convince yourself that you're being cautious, that you're planning, that you're strategizing. But the truth is you're scared, you're afraid to fail, you're afraid to look stupid. So you sit there frozen while opportunities pass you by. Do you know what happens to men who hesitate? They die. Maybe not physically, but mentally, spiritually, financially, they die. Life is a battlefield, and hesitation is the bullet that takes you out before you even step onto the field. The man who acts without hesitation will always dominate the man who hesitates. Always. You're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect alignment of the stars. That moment will never come. You think winners wait. Winners don't wait. They create. They move fast. They make decisions, and they adjust as they go. Even when they fail, they're still ahead of you because failure taught them faster than thinking ever could. Hesitation is like a cancer. It grows in your mind until it paralyzes you completely. You hesitate on talking to the girl. You hesitate on starting the business. You hesitate on going to the gym. And before you know it, years have gone by, and you're still in the exact same place. Broke, weak, invisible. You want to win, then burn hesitation to the ground. Train yourself to act fast, to take risks, to move even when you're scared. Speed is power. Momentum is power. Indecision is death. I don't care if you're not ready. I don't care if it's not perfect. Take the damn shot. Start now. Move. Act. Win. Because the man who moves first sets the rules of the game, and everyone else plays catch-up. You weren't born to play catch-up. You weren't born to sit there and rot while other men conquer the world. Stop thinking. Start acting. Or stay small forever. You avoid pain like it's the enemy. You run from it every chance you get. You want life to be soft, easy, comfortable. But comfort is the very thing that's killing you. It's the reason you're weak. It's the reason you're broke. It's the reason no one respects you, not even yourself. Real men understand one simple truth. Pain is the entry fee to power. There's no shortcut, no hack, no way around it. You want to build a strong body, you're going to have to feel your muscles tear, burn, and scream under the weight. You want to build wealth, you're going to have to take risks, sacrifice sleep, and endure rejection until you're numb to it. You want respect, you'll have to earn it with blood, sweat, and discipline. But most of you aren't ready for that. You think power comes cheap. You think you can stay in your little bubble of comfort and somehow become dangerous. It doesn't work like that. Comfort is a trap designed to keep you soft. You sit in your warm bed scrolling your phone, while men out there are embracing pain and becoming warriors. And then you wonder why they dominate and you're invisible. Pain is the forge that shapes men into weapons. Every ounce of suffering you endure sharpens you. Every setback, every failure, every sleepless night. It's all part of the process. Without pain, there is no growth. Without pain, you stay weak. If you're not willing to bleed for it, you don't deserve it. The truth is, pain isn't the enemy, it's your ally. It's the test life gives you to see if you're serious. The moment you stop fearing it and start chasing it, you become unstoppable. Pain teaches you discipline. It teaches you focus. It teaches you resilience. That's why the strongest men on this planet are the ones who have suffered the most. You want to rise, then stop avoiding the hard road. Stop hiding from the grind. Start walking straight into the fire and watch how it transforms you. Embrace the pain, because on the other side of it lies the power you're chasing. If you're too scared to suffer, then stay where you are weak, broke, and irrelevant. But if you want to own your life, if you want to command respect, then bleed for it, sacrifice for it, pay the price in full. That's the only way. Motivation is a joke. It's a fleeting emotion, a cheap high that disappears the second life punches you in the mouth. Weak men wait to feel motivated. Before they act, they sit around saying, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll start when I feel ready." That's why they stay broke. That's why they stay weak. That's why they'll never matter. I don't care how you feel. The universe doesn't care how you feel. Winners don't care how they feel. They get up and do what needs to be done, whether they're tired, sick, angry, or depressed. Discipline isn't about feelings. Discipline is about mastery. It's about controlling yourself so completely that nothing, not even your own emotions, can stop you. You think successful men wake up every day with fire in their hearts. You think they're smiling, bouncing out of bed, ready to conquer the world. No, half the time they don't want to do it either, but they do it anyway. That's the difference. The average man lets his emotions control him. The disciplined man controls his emotions. Motivation is for the masses. Discipline is for killers. It isn't sexy. It isn't glamorous. Nobody claps for you when you get up at 5 a.m. and grind in silence. But that's exactly why it's powerful. It's the weapon that makes you untouchable. When the rest of the world quits, you keep going. When they break, you stay solid. When they beg for comfort, you demand more pain. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you rise. Your feelings are irrelevant. Stop waiting for them to align with your goals. They won't. Stop hoping discipline will magically appear. It won't. You build discipline by forcing yourself to do what you don't want to do over and over until it becomes who you are. And when discipline becomes your identity, you become dangerous. The undisciplined man will never win. He will never be respected. He will never build anything that lasts. He's a slave to comfort, a prisoner to his own weakness. The disciplined man, on the other hand, owns himself. He owns his time. He owns his life. And because of that, he owns the world. Discipline is the great separator. You either have it or you don't. And if you don't, you better build it now or stay soft forever. 99% of you are defeated before the fight even starts. Not because the world is unfair, not because you lack resources, but because your own mind has already declared you a loser. Your mind is your battlefield, and most of you haven't even shown up to fight. You sit there drowning in doubt, fear, and excuses. You let that weak little voice in your head whisper, "Take it easy, you're tired, you deserve a break, you'll fail anyway, so why try?" That voice isn't your friend. That voice is the enemy. That voice wants you dead. It wants you weak, small, and irrelevant. Do you understand how dangerous that is? Every time you listen to it, every time you stay comfortable instead of taking action, you lose another piece of yourself. You're not lazy because you're tired. You're lazy because you've allowed your mind to rule you instead of you ruling it. Winners aren't born stronger or smarter. They're born with the same fear, the same doubt, the same weak voice. The only difference, they kill it. They silence that pathetic part of themselves and replace it with aggression and purpose. You think you need motivation. No, you need war. A war against that soft part of your brain that loves comfort and hates challenge. Every time it tells you to quit, you tell it to shut up. Every time it screams for comfort, you push harder. That's how you build dominance, not over others, but over yourself. Weak men let their minds destroy them. Strong men use their minds as weapons. The mind is a tool. You program it. You either train it to be a weapon of mass destruction, or let it rot into a prison that chains you for life. When you wake up in the morning and don't feel like moving, that's the battlefield. When you're scared to take a risk, that's the battlefield. When you're about to quit because it's too hard, that's the battlefield. And every decision you make in those moments determines if you win or lose. The war isn't outside, it's inside. Kill the weak voice, replace it with the voice of a soldier, a conqueror, a man who refuses to bow to his own emotions. That's how you win. That's how you rise. Read this carefully. No one cares about your excuses. No one cares about your pain. No one cares about your failures. The world owes you nothing. You think you're special, you're not. You think people are going to line up to save you. They won't. You sit there waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for someone to give you a break, waiting for a savior to pull you out of the hole you dug for yourself. That savior isn't coming. Nobody's coming. Not your parents, not your friends, not the government. No one is going to hand you the life you want on a silver plate. If you don't get up and take it, you'll die without ever tasting it. The hard truth is this: life is war. Either you become a soldier and fight for what you want, or you'll live your entire existence taking orders from men who do. Men who built themselves, men who weren't afraid to sacrifice, bleed, and suffer for power. The question is, do you want to be the man giving the orders, or the man begging for scraps? You think you have time, but you don't. Every second you waste scrolling, complaining, procrastinating, someone else is out there working, grinding, building. They're taking what could have been yours because you're too soft to claim it. And then you'll cry about how unfair life is. Newsflash, life isn't fair. It's not supposed to be. Nobody cares about your story until you win. Nobody will listen to your struggle until you succeed. So stop telling the world about your dreams. Stop begging for sympathy. Start building yourself into a man who doesn't need saving. Start stacking skills, discipline, and power until no one can ignore you. Do you want to be the man who dominates or the man who's dominated? That's the choice in front of you, and the clock is ticking. If you keep waiting for someone to fix your life, you'll be waiting forever. Get up, take control, build yourself into the kind of man people fear, respect, and follow. Or stay soft, stay weak, and stay forgotten. No one is coming to save you. It's all on you. They fear a man who doesn't quit. A man who refuses to stay down terrifies the world because he can't be broken. You want to know how to become unstoppable? It's simple. When life beats you to your knees, you stand up. You stand up with blood on your teeth, fists clenched, and you stare your problems in the face and say, "Is that all you've got?" Most men crumble the second they face resistance. One setback and they fold. One failure and they start crying about how unfair life is. That's why they stay average. That's why no one remembers their name. They quit when things get hard. But winners don't quit. Winners are forged in fire. The harder life hits, the harder they hit back. You become unstoppable when you build the mindset that nothing, no failure, no betrayal, no loss can make you stay down. You train yourself to see obstacles not as roadblocks but as fuel. Every time you get knocked down, you rise more dangerous than before. That's how you win. That's how you become a machine. A weak man gives up. A strong man endures, but the dangerous man, he thrives in chaos. He looks at pain, at failure, at struggle, and he smiles, because he knows the harder the battle, the greater the victory. This isn't about motivation. This isn't about feeling good. This is about becoming a man so relentless, so disciplined, so unbreakable that nothing on this earth can stop you. You wake up every day and do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel, no matter how hard it gets. That's how you separate yourself from the herd. When you refuse to quit, You become a problem for everyone who doubted you. You become a nightmare for anyone who thought they could break you. You become a force of nature, and there is nothing more dangerous in this world than a man who refuses to give up. So ask yourself, when life beats you down, will you stay there? Or will you rise, bleeding, exhausted, and keep fighting until the world bows to you? The choice is yours. You either quit and stay invisible forever, or you stand up and become unstoppable.